Good afternoon, everybody. MVP here. I hope you're well. It's Sunday, the 24th of July. I'm just going to give you a quick update on the week just ended. So here we go. Just a quick reminder. I really urge people to go to my fxcorrelator.com website if you can. It's very simple. It's still work in progress, but it's got a few pages on now. You can see them here. Full of some information, free links and systems, some of the systems I operate now that I offer for free, how to contact me, a little blog where I talk about what's going on in the market, and the training that is coming in 2017 for people. Nothing being offered at the moment. On my CV page here, if you run down, you will see join my mailing list. If you subscribe, you will then be really in the queue to understand what is going to be happening next year, what's going on, how's it going to happen. You'll be the first to know. Okay, so I really urge you to do that. In terms of a mailing list, you get something probably a couple of times a month. No heavy selling, guys, or anything. It's just trying to keep you up to speed with what's happening. Here's an example, the one just sent out a few days ago to people that have now subscribed, so you get a newsletter, just giving people about the clock ticking, asking people for information as to what they want to see in that training and what they don't want to see. Obviously, there's a lot of things people buy and they get flogged, ruthlessly by vendors, other bits and pieces. I will keep it very straightforward, I promise. But again, if things you really want me to be teaching you more of, things you don't want to know about, just tell me, just email me. You know where I am. Trading diaries as well here continues. As you know, a couple of hours every morning I'm scalping, trade to win at Forex Factory as well, and then I pop in during the day when I get breaks from my other consulting work. Sadly, I'm not on Baby Pips now. Got into a dispute with the moderators, and I placed some website information on my profile page, so that wasn't anything to do with the actual online thread I was using. It was just my profile. If people were more interested in me and wanted to go and find out more about me, apparently that is not allowed at Baby Pips. I got into a dispute with them and I've been banned. So such is life. I mean, it's a great forum, and I recommend people go there to learn about Forex trading. But clearly, as opposed to just about every other forum on the planet or on the universe, they don't allow people to put website information on, which is a little bit strange for me. But hey, it's up to them. So next year, I'll be encouraging anybody that joins, goes on my courses. I want them to be posting journals across all three of these forums: Trade to Win, Forex Factory, and Baby Pips. The reason being, number one, it creates discipline within a trader, and number two, you can start to show people what strength meter trading can do. I mean, it's not just up to me to do it. I show it every day. But then again, I mean, technically, I've been doing it for a lot of years, guys, and people, I think, a little bit blasé about what I do. What I want to do is encourage people to go out there and show, even from a relatively standing start, how consistently profitable you can be as a beginner intermediate trader using strength meter systems. So we're going to be showing them what we can do next year, guys, so stand by for that. Okay, without further ado, we're going to talk about the week. Okay, welcome to the week. Started, well, the 18th was obviously the Monday, but the 17th was Sunday night, late Sunday night, when trading starts in the Far East. This is a more customized FX correlator, guys. What this particular thing tries to do is it allows me to zeroize all of my currencies, my 8 currencies at the top here. Allows me to zeroize them at any time in a chart, and from there on in, using a relative calculation of pips, it shows you what is getting stronger than the zero line, the dotted line here, and what's getting weaker. And this obviously has gone on through the week. This is on a 15-minute chart showing you what's happened during the week. I don't offer this one for free. Sorry, it's part of a much larger package and portfolio of stuff I use that I develop with other programmers and quant traders. It does a lot more than it shows here, a lot more. Some of these things have got a lot of bells and whistles that I use for my scalping and other things. This will be available in the courses next year, but not at the moment. So sadly, I'm just using it for display purposes here. Okay, not sure if you can see these lines. The red dotted line there indicates about 5 AM. This is GMT plus 1 here, guys. So that's about 6 o'clock British summertime coming in, which for me denotes the start of the UK session. And this is 12 o'clock GMT, about 1 o'clock British summertime. And again, that for me denotes the start of the US session. So to the right side of the blue dotted line is when we talk about US. To the right side of the red dotted line is when we talk about London morning. And before that, the white dotted line there obviously denotes the start of the trading day coming through Asian, so that's the Asian session. So these are the three things we talk about on every time we talk about this. So let's talk about Sunday night into Monday. Sunday night, big drop on the yellow there, the yen, big drop down on New Zealand dollar that brought us in towards the hub of the Asian session. Sterling got big, euro got big, and US dollar actually came in positive. So a good start into the Asian session here. As you can see then, sterling sold off, yen came back as well, and then we came into when I start to trade, which is basically from about 6 a.m. UK time. And as you can see, very good session. Sterling had already shown that it had a lot of bull push on it from overnight's formation, and I just went straight in. And I think again, if you look at my thread Monday, I was very much bullish on sterling through the morning. And actually, even though it came off a little bit into US session, if you see here, there was a nice support level there. Can you see that? Nice support level there, came bouncing off support and actually came another strong buy. So very strong buying on sterling on Monday. And if I just bring this down and give you an idea, by this stage over here we're roughly in the 100 to 150 pips. Sterling had already gone up from early Asian. So again, if you were buying sterling through the morning, obviously buying on the bounces if you could, because no currency ever just goes straight up and straight down. Looking to pick up on the bounces, you've done very well on Monday, all the way through early US as well. Likewise and inversely, actually, again, if you note the yellow yen, remember the yen and sterling very much in opposition a lot of the time. I tend to look for that pattern. Happy to sell yen here, I'm happy to buy sterling. So selling yen down into early Asian, comes back up, retraces, and then a lovely sell-off early London. And then again another big pickup here. Again, the bounce, you have to go back to I'll show you here. Again, resistance level there, hard to see, but again it came back to very early Asian. So it came back through here, came back even further, and then bang, sold off again. So again, big sell-offs in the early US. So those were the two lead currencies. I call them my alphas. The alpha buy was sterling, the alpha sell was yen, and that's what I've been looking for. Everything else is a passenger guy, everything else is a tourist. These guys here will be my secondary currencies that I trade into these two big players. Yeah, sure, you can trade GJ, but it's quite a volatile currency, and actually the spreads are pretty big on that. And when I'm scalping, I'm looking for spreads under the 1 to 1.5. I mean, those guys, I think the last time I looked were about 3. I don't want a 3. I don't need a 3 pip spread when I'm scalping. You know, I only trade to about 5 pip stops anyway, so that's no use to me. So what I do is I trade the interims. Normally, you know, I'll look for euro on something. I'll look for the euro against yen. As you can see here, euro was very bull US, so that would have been a nice buy. Buying the euro, selling the yen, nice move there. And US dollar, the green USD is always a great one. You can trade USD against anything above it, and technically you can trade anything below it. Okay, and you can see it was pretty flat for most of Monday. And just to give you an idea here, let's move this around for you. As you can see, just as sterling got up into the 100s, 150s, yen sold off down to the 140s, 150s. So there's 300 pip spread there. That's not bad for a Monday, believe me. So Monday was a good day. You know, you were generally selling the yen when it came up, and you were buying sterling when it came up. Everything else was a passenger. Okay, we're going to pick this up a little bit quicker now. Let's go into Asian. So from here, Asian session, sell off of sterling. Sterling came back and so did yen. So obviously people taking profits probably from Monday's activity. As we came into the red line here, which was London, what was I looking for? Well, because USD was doing so well, I really was looking for bull, and the USD was a great buy through London Tuesday. So really that became a major player in what I was doing. And really, I was pretty much happy to sell anything into that. The only thing that was coming north, you see here, is the turquoise New Zealand dollar. Everything else was a sell. So if you were looking at me Tuesday morning, I was probably selling sterling into US dollar. That was my primary trade. Nothing much else came to mind there. Yen was very flat, actually. Into US. What did we have? So into the US, quite a bit of ranging on sterling. USD kept coming into early US session, then it flattened out, so that really fizzled. What did I have? Probably looking for breaches here. I probably got into yen later on. US yen buys. Probably would have sold US dollar into it, and sterling was selling as well. So again, playing those three against one another, euro came off a little. That was actually a relatively weak session Tuesday for the US session. Okay, very quickly now. Let's go into the red bar here and talk about Wednesday. Wednesday was a phenomenal day for sterling. Look how it came up and through, and that was probably something like a 90 to 100 move sterling. That during the London morning, that's what I like to see. Everything else was a passenger. Yen came south. There's a surprise. Remember, I say that these two tend to work inversely. So again, for me, Wednesday, I was just working my sterling buys into currency pairs, and I was working my yen sells into currency pairs. Everything else is a passenger. Sound familiar? That's what we like in trading. We like things to be solid patterns. Okay, here we are. Blue dotted line here, guys, coming into US session. US session, things flattened out really. Yen came back up a bit, came into the bounce. You see the you see this here? See a nice little you see that? Look at that, a double touch here, double resistance level, and then yen gets sold off through the floor. Big move on yen, taking it down from the 80s pips all the way down to the 180s. A 100 pip fall US session. Again, selling yen US session Wednesday. Big sell-offs on New Zealand dollar. We've got a bull US dollar now. It's having a nice bull week, but by now, you know, again, pretty flat. You're not going to get much action out of the USD, guys. It's the biggest currency in the world. It represents 80% of all pair trades, so it takes a lot to move it. But when it does move, get behind it. Okay, but it was flat. And as you can see here again, sterling came through the roof. Sterling now up to the 180s, 170s, 180s, and it came in on the US Open there about 86. So again, a 100 pip move. So we're making some good money, especially in the US sessions. Okay, I'm not going to bore you with Thursday here. Let's go to Friday, okay, where I'm marking now. Let's go into London session, the red bar here. And as you can see, I always warn people to look for what's happened in the week for the currencies. Any currency that is showing excessive bull behavior through to Thursday, you need to expect that to sell off probably. That's where traders are going to take profits. Traders that have been making moves, they came from Wednesday here. People have been buying into sterling here, had a bit of a waiver here. But this is people are not going to hold currencies, not going to hold trades over weekends. So you really are looking for the red GBP here, red sterling, to be sold off. And likewise down the bottom here, I mean, anything here that's displaying a lot of bear nature. So we've got the turquoise NZD there. We've got CAD here. We did have yen, but notice how yen came back in. So yen really had its retraces on Thursday, guys. I didn't talk about that, but it did. So again, coming into this period, I'm expecting to see some of these guys move back. Reason being, again, people are snapping back the retraces. They're taking their profits on the week's moves. So without boring you, sterling had a good bull start to the week, actually. Good bull start on Monday, on Friday. So it came in early London. I would have been buying sterling into probably the US dollar there. Yen was selling off, so a little bit of selling on yen, then it came back. So, and I might be interested in selling more CAD. So that was the early part. And then you notice the support level here, resistance level here. Look at the high of the week for sterling, which was around the 180s, 190 pips. Can you see how it got to try and beat that, and then there was a massive sell-off? And this really was an enormous one. I think I got on the end of that on Friday. I certainly did. I don't think I caught all of it, but I was waiting for it and I took it. I knew they were going to sell off. Likewise, I was very dubious of the CAD, and we did have quite a big sell-off. It came off about 100 pips there. It did come back again, but CAD was ripe as well, and it happened about the same time, guys. So they were the moves there. Apart from that, what else did we do? Then going into the afternoon session, the last session, again we saw a nice bull run up of USD. So USD was a nice buy through the day. Sterling came back, not much to report, and CAD sold off again. But again, if you're on the tighter time frames, the smaller time frame scalping, you'll be picking these things up. Okay, right, just to finish off, I'm going to show you what we've done in the year so far. Okay, so if you bear with me 2 seconds. Very quickly, I just want to talk about where we are on the year. So again, it's a similar chart. This is the one which resets, and I've reset over here to the start of the year, to January, and these represent approximately points. So there's 2,000 pips there roughly, and about 2,500 pips on the south here. And it comes as no surprise to people. I just wanted to quickly review where we are. So where are we doing this year? Well, you can see that yen is having a great year. It's up nearly 2,000 pips against zero line. And you're probably reading a lot about what's going on in the market there anyway. You talk about helicopter, the helicopter approach, that's about to happen. They're going to sprinkle yen into the market and try and pick their inflation back up again. So stand by for the yen to weaken over the next few months. showing you a bit of a resistance line there. See this line here? See our yen came above here and it's bouncing. Let's see if that now probably drops through over the next period. Also just wanted to focus on sterling, which is having obviously an abysmal year, and here's the Brexit. See how Brexit, we were doing okay. We weren't having a great year anyway, but you see we were fighting back here through April and May. June we started to obviously struggle a bit, but here just before Brexit decision we were starting to fight back, and it would have been nice. We were coming up towards recent highs for the last 2 or 3 months, and then boom, massive sell-off. 606 to about 2, that's about 1500 pip falls. It's a lot of money against the rest of the market, guys. And then at the moment, where are we? Well, we're having a bit of a wobble period, as you can see here. We got lower, we've fought back. I really don't know what we're doing next here. There's about 200 pip here range, and the question is really what happens next. Are we going to drop down here, or are we going to come up here? Time will tell. Obviously we won't probably find that out until August now, but interesting time. So actually, if you're stepping back and trading almost like daily time frames, this is quite a pivot period at the moment for sterling, and I would be waiting to see a breach and a confirm either side of this would do for me. Okay, as for other things, well, everything else is pretty flat compared to those two. As I've said to you many times, the yen and sterling do opposite things, and as you can see this year, if you put a short position on GJ, you'd be doing fine. In fact, you'd be probably up about I don't know, could be up about 4,000 pips. That just goes to show. But hindsight's a great thing, isn't it? But at the moment, that's pretty much where we are on the year. Everything else is pretty flat. I mean, we've got slightly bear USD, but it's generally been bear the last period. And CAD's looking quite good this year. Actually, CAD is up about 700-800 pips for the year, so that's not too bad. But anyway, this is MVP signing off. I hope you have a great trading week next week, and we'll talk soon. Cheers, bye.